Ach, up, ach, up, ach. Oh, wang, 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 wang. Good morning. My name is Chris Fox, and today we're taking a brief look, just a snapshot, at my plotting process. Specifically, we're going to jump into some chapters, and you can look at what the placeholders I keep in there are, sort of what information I have written down about a scene before we get started. It's not much. It's somewhat similar to what I've done in past videos in previous years. But anyway, let's take a look at that process, and you can sort of see what I got done today. Spoilers, we are on schedule with the word count. Okay, so my process hasn't changed really that much from previous videos. If you've been watching me since 2016, it's basically the same. I have a brief description, a chapter placeholder that explains some stuff. There's a variable amount of detail in this placeholder. I don't always have the same thing. It might be a bit about the characters that are there. It might be a little bit more about motivations. Some of the events may not even be in order. But what I'll do is before I sit down to write a chapter, I'll just read this, hit enter a few times, and then just write the chapter. And then at the very end, when I'm done, I'm going to highlight this and delete it. And I'll move down. And what I did last night and this morning was plot out the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters. So I took a good long look at what each of these chapters were going to be, thought about it, thought more about the details, thought more about the characters that are going to be involved in there, thought about some of the specific jokes, and then plotted it out a little bit. And now you can see this one shorter, for example. I don't have as much here. I'm going to have to do more work when I sit down to write this chapter. More effort to get myself into a place where I can actually crank this chapter out. I'll have to answer more questions because there's less here initially. But that's not necessarily a problem, especially if I'm already in flow state from the first chapter, which I probably will be. But what you're seeing is kind of Kit and Bert are meeting up and meet the goddess, because symbolically that really fits in the story circle. That's what both of them think they're seeking is, they really want to link up with each other to see if they can, stop White, in Kit's case, and in Bert's case, he just misses her, and is lonely. Well, their journey is bringing them together, and these 6 chapters are how that happens. So I had to figure out from, okay, yesterday in chapter 11, this is where Bert is, and this is where Kit is. How do I get them from there to where they're together and meet the goddess? And I also, of course, had to figure out what are White's motives going to be. What is he going to be doing? Because he's the villain. Excuse me, he's the villain. And so as the antagonist, White will need his own perspective going forward and meet the goddess. He'll have to show what he's doing. He'll have to be doing nefarious, funny things that Bert can eventually foil. And I've got to, do more plotting today. Anywhere that you see a White document, we just hear randomly Bert adjust his strategy. If there's nothing here, I need to put at least some placeholder. So how that'll probably go is in a few minutes here, I will write the first chapter. And crank through these as much as I can. I will probably get through all 6 today, which will give me my 5,000 words. And then this evening, I'll push plotting out again. And I'm going to be playing that hopscotch game probably until the end of the book just because of lack of time. Anyway, that's a look at the plotting process. I might do, a quick few minute progress at the end of the day to show you what I get done, and then we'll call it a wrap. All right, I'm going to get back to the writing. Okay, so as you can see, we are finishing much earlier in the day. It's only 12:35 p.m., which is great because I have a lot of extra work that's not writing that's been building up that I have to deal with this afternoon. But my writing is done for the day. I am at 5130 words. I finished up just shy of 5,000. I was at 4,900, and so I did a couple hundred words in the next chapter just to put me over the edge because I don't want to fall further behind. Excuse me. I still need to do editing today, so that'll be the last thing that I do. As soon as this video is done recording, I'll go through these chapters, just read them, make the same sorts of changes that you saw in the last video, just, small alterations, add a little bit more description, that sort of thing. And then I'm, approaching not quite the midway point of the novel, but I'm a good chunk of the way into it. Anyway, I'm going to keep this video fairly short. I am pretty tired, so is there anything else I need to tell you before we jump into the next one? You know what? Nothing really leaps to mind. I'm going over some basic plotting in this video. There'll be much more in-depth plotting to come in future videos. If you have questions or needs, please let me know. You guys have been great in the comments for the last couple of days to let me know sort of what direction you would like me to go and what coverage you need and things you want to be sort of told. Anyway, I am going to get back to the writing. I have a lot more of this book to plot and edit, but we are on schedule. Things are going well. Last thing I'll do is record the word count. So today is the 6th, 1/6, and I am adding, was it 5130? Let's get that count again. 5130, 5130. Oh, I'm putting that into the calculator, not into the correct box. You can tell how tired I am. It's been a long day. 5130, there we go. So up to 17,000 for the year. Anyway, that's it for the day. I will see you in the next video.